Hello and welcome back to Casual Gastronomy. Today we are going to be teaching you how to make a dish that we created a couple weeks back based on a dish that I tried for the first time when I visited my friend Andy Laszlo in North Carolina, and that is the Low Country Boil. Normally, a Low Country Boil is made in a giant pot of boiling water to which you add beer and salt and corn and potatoes and shrimp and kielbasa and any other seafood that you want, and you time it so that everything is cooked perfectly at the same time, and then you strain out the water and you just pour it out onto the table, usually onto newspapers, and then you just dip it into a little bit of Old Bay seasoning and enjoy.
But we figured out a way to incorporate all of the ingredients and flavors of a Low Country Boil, but without the mess and in a way that's more suited for a smaller group.
So this is not going to be a legit Low Country Boil, but it's our own small miniature version of the Low Country Boil, a way that you can have the same experience but with less mess, as Lauren has already pointed out. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that like button if you like these videos. That always helps us out. And if you want to support the channel, you can hit the subscribe button. I think it's right here. That means so much to us. It means more than cash donations. The subscribe button is the button that keeps us alive. Without further ado, let's get started.
We're going to begin by shelling and deveining our shrimp. It's important that you use fresh raw shrimp here because they're approximately 300% juicier than pre-cooked shrimp. To shell them, simply slice down the back with a sharp knife, peel the shell off, then run a dull knife or a deveiner down the back and pull out the black vein. Luckily, these shrimp from Costco were already deveined and there was already a cut down the backside to peel the shell off. We decided to also remove the nerve on the underside of the shrimp, but this isn't completely necessary. Next, we'll chop up half of a white onion by making several vertical slices followed by several horizontal slices. Then we'll just chop parallel to the root to create these nice little cubes. After that, wash about 1 pound of multicolored fingerling potatoes and slice them into roughly bite-sized pieces.
Now, begin preheating a large pot of water over medium heat and add in about 1 tablespoon of salt. Then, add about 2 tablespoons of butter and 1 tablespoon of olive oil to a skillet over medium heat. Once the butter is fully melted, add in the chopped onion and potatoes. Then, cover them and let them cook for about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, add in 3 to 4 chopped garlic cloves, the bottoms of 4 scallions, about 1 tablespoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of freshly grated black pepper, about 1/4 teaspoon of Hungarian paprika, and about half a cup of Guinness or whatever beer you prefer. Then, put the lid back on and let it cook for about 5 more minutes. After 5 minutes, it's time to cook your shrimp. For this, just dunk your shrimp into the salted boiling water from earlier for just 30 seconds. As soon as they're done, pull them out and put them into the potato mixture. Mix it up a bit and then empty your skillet into your serving vessel or a large bowl while you cook your corn. For the corn, simply melt about a tablespoon of butter in the same skillet as before over medium heat. Then, add in 1 cup of frozen corn. Let it cook with the lid on for about 2.5 minutes, then simply remove it from the heat and add it in with everything else. And that's it. Our miniature Low Country Boil is ready to serve. Alright, so here we are. We have already finished our Low Country Boil and it's been probably an hour.
Yeah, it's a very quick recipe.
Very quick, very easy, especially with the potatoes being cut up. They don't take that long to cook, literally about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you want to make sure to just give them a little poke with a fork and check them. And you put the shrimp in no more than 30 seconds, transfer them, cook the corn while that cools off a little bit, and then it's practically ready to eat. It might still be a little bit hot. Carefully, you don't want to burn your tongue.
No.
But it's, in theory, ready for a little As for the taste,
What's first? Shrimp?
shrimp first.
Okay.
This is a big shrimp. Looks like a lobster.
It is a lobster.
The shrimp looks like a lobster.
Tasty, tasty.
Now, potato. This might be one of my favorite things that we've made on the show. And yet, it's one of the easiest.
Yeah.
The shrimp are so juicy, when I bit into it, it almost spilled
I know there was juice.
onto my shirt, onto my pants, onto the floor, everywhere. I was almost drowning in the juice. The potato is cooked perfectly. It's not crunchy and it's not mushy.
Yeah, it's just the right consistency.
And unlike a low country boil, which I have no problems with, I've had a low country boil before and it was delicious. The added sauteed onions and garlic and scallions just add this whole other layer of aroma and sweetness, which just makes it feel a little bit more like its own dish and not just a little mini copycat.
Yeah.
If you really wanted to do a mini copycat of low country boil, you could probably even use, those like miniature little ears of corn.
Yeah.
That would be really cute.
Yeah,
I bet somebody on TikTok has probably done that.
Probably. Because regular low country boil, the corn is on the cob, right?
Right.
I like how ours, it's not on the cob. It's easier to eat, and then you can eat it with like the shrimp or the potatoes. It adds a nice little sweetness.
That's the whole point. A little bit less mess, a
Yeah.
little bit more eatable, you could say.
Yeah. You don't have to use your
Not
hands.
edible, eatable. Well, that's all we got for you. Very simple, very delicious, very easy, very aesthetically pleasing. I love the way it looks in the dish. Like I could see this, a little Sunday brunch. You pull out your mini low country boil. Ooh, what would this pair well with?
Some nice garlic bread.
Okay, I support it. Garlic bread with the low country boil.
Yes.
Last comment, I wish that we had Old Bay seasoning, but I work at Whole Foods, where apparently Old Bay is not cool enough to make it into Whole Foods, so
Apparently not.
I didn't pick any up. But this would be great if you had some real Old Bay to add in there. And with that, please like, please subscribe. Check out our Patreon, check out our Instagram, check out our Facebook if you are still on Facebook. Peace out. I dropped the fork.